Right, I'm going to make, I don't want the skirting sticking out as much as this is. I don't want it like that. Because I've got a cap to go all the way around here. That's why I was making sure that was square. Making sure them two were even. I'm just very slightly proud. So when I put this cap on, it sits, you know, it sits on those two edges. But yeah, I've got a cap to go on. I only want the cap to be sort of 5mm or so proud, like that. So that skirting is too fat, basically. So it sticks out. So I'm going to make an 18mm skirting. That'll only come to about there because this is 25, I think. Yeah. This is 12mm ply. So if I put an 18mm skirt behind there, it'll just stick out 6mm, which will be about what I want that cap to be. So it's quite a lot stiffer as well. It's quite a lot stiffer that as well. So I'll finish wrapping it, put some more ply on the face of there, just to strip down that edge. Little piece in the top, a board there, and just some strips to go on this piece. And shelf will cover the rest. And in this stapler, I've got 30mm narrow crown staples. Should be plenty. It's not going to go far. I've got a little 6mm cutter in here, a 16mm template guide. That's my little jig. These screws are going to go on the wall. These are going to go on the wall, and that then can be dropped on and slid down. Because of the countersink, it pulls it in quite tight. Cool. Keep that. Oh, 6mm cut in there. That's the height of the bed. When I put these pocket hole screws in, this board goes in and then drops 20 mil. Drops down 20 mil. So this, I've allowed 30 mil. So this board's going to finish about there. Right, that one across there, I'm going to put, I think just 8. I was going to put 10, that's quite a lot, so I think just 8. And then this one, I'm going to make a mirror copy of that I've just marked on there. Right, I could put a timber on here, it'd create a fence, so I just butt it up. But I need to be able to do with this one, and that'll just be in the way, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to line that edge up flush there. And I should have put this in the middle so that I can clamp both sides. progress. When it comes to the bottom ones, I'm going to have to do the same, sort of like that. Just clamp it on. I might cut this jig down. I just came to do this end. Noisy bastard. Right, the screw's out right at the top, so it'll probably drop just a fraction. Don't matter though. And I haven't put them all the way in because they're going to take these away. They're going to get foam on and then wrapped with cloth, so there'll be cloth behind here. I'll be able to tweak them a little bit when it comes to, you know, putting them on properly. Didn't drop much. I got it up to my mark, and I had a centre mark on the wall and on my wood, so that should be even both ends. I've left it short, just 10mm, just so that I've got room to wrap it. But having a centre mark, I can work to the centre mark without having to reach over to each end. Yeah. Set me depth. Bathroom on the other side of here with tiled wall. I don't want to go through. I don't think they'd be happy about that. So a little bit more than my screw. Of course, as you can see, I only want about as much plug sticking out. cool. I'm going to leave that. The client's going to take them off and take them on Monday to get wrapped. I'll do this one. I thought it was a stud wall, but builder says it's been dot and dabbed, so I might end up putting 4-inch screws in there. We'll see. Stud wall. You can hear it rattling. That isn't these timbers. If you look behind here, you can see the block work. That's shit. A lot of shit. Right, so 4-inch screws went in this one. They're not a bad fit. There's lots of them, so they should be okay. 3-inch in there. 2s, I think, in there. Got this bit of skirting to go on down there. That's the MDF that I made outside. And I've got to make a cap that goes on here, about 30mm thick, 25-30mm thick. Goes all the way along. And this is going to get wallpapered. So I'm considering making this cap at home. You know, playing some beach down to size. I could use MDF, but it's 100 quid a sheet. Just for this little rip, I'm not going to buy that. But I've got some beach, so I'll make beach. And I'm considering bringing it here, mitering my corners. I can get a fixing down if I want to, you know, pins and glue. Don't really want to put screws in because they start showing after a little while. But pins and glue, fill the miter if I have to. I'll get it perfect, of course, but fill the miter here if needs be. And then it might get caulked at the top. But I'm considering spraying this on site here. I do have to bring my compressor that's been a bit of a prick at the moment. It's not switching off. But that's next. I'll get this bit of skirting on.